Hey, it's Tom Skark 11 with the next episode of Unique Monster Lore, where I look into and theorize about the stories behind some of the more curious unique monsters in the Xenoblade series. Last episode, I mentioned that all the human unique monsters we fight are near cliff sides as an explanation for how they're canonically defeated when the party isn't too keen on just ending people's lives. That's actually incorrect. I realized soon after recording that there are actually two human unique monsters we fight that are not near cliff sides, and those are the two we're going to be looking at today. Remorseful Vaclav and Nitpicking Beru. First up, the context on these two. Both of these unique monsters are fought imprisoned in the Titan battleship in Torgoth. Remorseful Vaclav is an Ardanian sergeant found in solitary block number 1 after you find the keys to unlock the other cells. This is where Drill Mark was found during the story. He does not have any unique arts. I don't think there was anything special about him in combat, so there's nothing to say there. And he's fought at level 14, so the intention is that you fight him in the first trip through, probably right after getting Nia back. And then Nitpicking Beru is found in solitary block number 2, where Nia was, because that's where the drivers are held on the ship. He's a Gormati driver using a female lance blade. Again, I don't think he has any special arts, just uses all the standard female lance driver arts. And he's found at level 27, so probably intended for when you're on your second trip to Torgoth during Chapter 4. So we'll start then with Remorseful Vaclav. He's found just sulking on his bed, clearly very sad about whatever it is he did to get in here. So there's two possibilities for why he's in solitary block. The first is if he was put in here by Dougal, if he got in trouble with Dougal before Morag arrived, and then Dougal sent him into here to be sent back to Morardain, possibly. That is one option. If that was the case, it doesn't really matter what he did. It would be easy to get on Dougal's bad side. The other possibility is that he was put in here by Morag on the trip to Torgoth. If that was the case, it's probably that he said something very offensive to her, speaking out of turn for his position, probably because he's not used to having someone of such a high rank on his ship. Maybe he just said something that he didn't mean, but he got in a lot of trouble for it, so he was put temporarily into the solitary block. And as for what the party does to him, again, it just doesn't seem like the party would be willing to kill someone. So my belief is that he was not killed at all. He was let out. He was going to be let out anyway, but then when the party fights him, the cell's open, he can just go, and he probably can report that he tried to stop the intruders. And one of them being another escaped prisoner, that would be very good reason for them to just end his confinement right then. The next one is a bit more interesting. Nitpicking Beru. Since he's a Gormati, it seems very likely that he was arrested before Morag arrived with the ship, and that he was sent onto the ship to be sent to Morardain for wherever it is they have a proper prison, I guess. So he was likely arrested by Dougal. His name, Nitpicking Beru, indicates that he didn't do anything that bad. He was probably just criticizing the way Dougal was running the government in Torgoth, and Dougal did not like that. Dougal was not the kind of guy that would like people questioning him, so he probably had him arrested for I can't think of the word right now, but civil disobedience? Yeah, that's probably it. Whatever he had him arrested for, it probably was not anything serious, because he was just nitpicking. And Dougal didn't like that. So the result is probably the same. The party lets him out. Since he was wrongfully convicted, he didn't really do anything wrong. He was just allowed to let go after the party arrive and let him out. The other possibility is that maybe you fight him after you get Morag, because honestly, that's what I always do, even though you're much higher level at that point, so probably not, but just an idea that came from the fact that I always forget to come back and fight him until I have Morag in the party. So it's possible that Morag lets him out after finding out that he didn't really belong here. But then there is also the other possibility that I mentioned at the end of last episode. Everyone in the party has a reason not to kill people except Tora. Tora could very well have done it. The others might not like it, but he might still do it. We don't know. I wouldn't put it past him to do it. He just doesn't seem to have any qualms about killing people. And I mean, he's introduced attacking Ardanian soldiers. So yeah, that is the other possibility. The main possibilities that I presented are a lot more likely, but we can't rule out that they are actually killed by Tora. Anyway, if you want to see my other unique monster lore videos, then you can check out my Xenoblade playlist, where they are included along with a lot of other things. At some later point, I might make a separate playlist for them. But if you watch the end, then comment Blossom Dance down below, and see you next time!